All right, let's talk about how to drive the body blade correctly. When you hold onto your body blade, you're going to grab the handle with this ridge that runs down the center. You want to put that ridge between your thumb and your forefinger when you're holding the body blade with a single grip like this. Whether I'm holding the body blade horizontally or vertically, I want to have that ridge be down the center, and you'll see on the back side, my fingers will also cross that ridge. If I were to rotate the body blade in my hand, which would be the narrow side, then between your thumb and your forefinger would be the rounded side of the handle, and you would feel that ridge along the inside of your palm and with your thumb. So if you were oriented this way, that's where you would find that that ridge is located. What's important about the ridge, it's about feeling, it's about knowing where you are in space, and it's also about knowing where the body blade is. So for example, if Christy were to hold the body blade up to her side and I asked her to close her eyes for a moment and I rotated the body blade in her hand, based on what she felt on the ridge would tell her where she's located, whether it's a wide side or a narrow side position. So obviously she knew based on that. Close your eyes again. If I were to rotate this in her hand and finish in this position, then she would also know based on what she feels, because she's learned what that center ridge is, and that's how important it is for you to understand that she's going to be in the narrow side there, or she might be in the narrow side here. Beautiful thing about it is when we're exercising, we don't have to look at the body blade every time we make a move. We know what it's doing based on what we feel on that ridge located in the center of the handle. Now that we know where the ridge is located on the handle, it's very important that you grab the body blade with a neutral wrist. So, for example, holding the body blade out to the side like this, where your wrist is way out of alignment, is not a good place to be. If you're holding your body blade this way and trying to go up and down, your wrist is out of alignment. What you want to find is that you are in line when you're grabbing your body blade with the ridge between your thumb and your forefinger. The wrist is in neutral between that, in line with your elbow. So when you drive your body blade, whether it's in front of you or as you move out to the side, or as you bring it from this position to this position, I'm maintaining that same wrist alignment. Now, driving the body blade, it has a natural rhythm and frequency of 4.5 cycles per second. You cannot make that go faster or slower. The only thing that you can do is match the rhythm of the body blade. You can apply greater force or lesser force to increase or decrease the amount of flex in the blade, which will give you more or less resistance. So I'm going to turn a little bit sideways here because I want you to see what I'm talking about. When you match the rhythm of the body blade, you'll also see how calm my hands become. As you look at Chris, you see how calm her hands are. If I were too slow, if I were below the frequency of the body blade, you would see me doing something like this. The body blade's not moving, and I might be pulsing very vigorously, but I'm still below the frequency that I need to be to activate the body blade. It takes a little practice, but it's very gentle, it's very light. Your grip is so light that it's like holding on to a little toddler's wrist or a raw egg, almost non-existent. You match that rhythm, and you'll notice that when you're doing things correctly, you won't move more than 1 inch to 1.5 inches where your hands are. So now you see what it looks like to be in correct rhythm. You just saw what it's like to be too slow, and this is what it looks like when you're too fast. You might even have the blade moving a little bit, but you still see a lot of action, which is incorrect. So again, back to what I like to say is the person who looks like they're doing the least is doing the best.